Are you getting denied for business funding or are you getting approved for very low amounts? It could be because you're filling out the applications incorrectly, you're applying at the wrong banks, or your business is not set up correctly. In this video, I'll be showing you the exact framework that I walk through all my clients for them to get over 150K in business funding in less than 90 days. So if you're new here, my name is Chess. I've helped over 100 business owners and entrepreneurs secure business funding to grow their business or start a new business as well, all with my simple credit augmentation framework. So without further ado, let's go. Now, I want you to pay very close attention today if you do want to use my formula to start getting some funding for your business. And if you have at least 700 credit score, you're tired of cash flow issues in your business, and you feel like you're not living the life that you really deserve, you need to see this change today. And I know what you might thinking right off the bat, like, does this even work? Does this formula even work? So there's no way that Chess could do this. But you might not know, but I work with over 100 people just like yourself and who are looking to start or grow their business. People like Jackson right here, who went from 0 to 100K in just 9 weeks for his Forex trading business, or Ben, who went from 0 to 100K in just 3 weeks for his consulting business. Or we even have Dexter, who went to 150K and 0% in 90 days for his Airbnb rental business. We even have JD, who does fix and flips. He went from 0 to 100K in just less than 3 months. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So, what's the secret to this? So it's going to be my secret proprietary credit augmentation framework. And it works like this. You optimize your credit profile, you make sure your business is in good standing, you create a plan, and you build relationships with the bank, and lastly, you apply. So I'm going to go over the exact step-by-step plan from one step to another of how my framework works. So first is going to be the credit optimization framework. How it works is we're going to go through data analytics where we use a statistical method to identify patterns and trends with credit related data. We're going to do risk evaluation where you have a comprehensive assessment to understand and quantify your credit related risk. Lastly, you're going to use a metrics that tracks the health and the outcomes of your credit portfolio. So things that you can look on to, if that sounds too complicated, you could just use these metrics right here just to see what's going on with your credit. So you could have less than 5 inquiries per bureau, no collections, no negatives, no late payments. You want 2 to 10% utilization. You also want comparable credit. And last, you want to have at least 3 to 5 personal revolving credits with the top banks. So, and you want to also make sure that your business is also very optimized as well. Your same with your personal credit. You want to have your business optimized to receive funding from the banks. You want to look as professional as possible. So this is also in the risk evaluation section. So we want to make sure the business is in good standing. The nature of your business is in a non-risky industry. Your business name is also non-risk. Business address. If you're not fully developed, just use your own residential address. Business email is set up. And then after that, you create your LLC, create your free EIN, and also create your operating agreement as well. So you can bring all these documents into the banks before you open up your business checking account. And to create a plan. So to create a plan, we're going to do a strategic development. This is going to be the creation of enhancing your credit offerings to meet your business needs. So how are we going to do this? The most simple way we could do this is go to Bank Branch Locator, go to your state and city section and write down banks to see, also call them to see which bureau they pull from and write everything down. So I'm going to show you right here, Bank Branch Locator. I'm in the state of California, so I'll click California. And I'm in San Francisco, so I'll be in San Francisco. And then we could just go right here. We could look at all the banks that we could choose from. So Amalgamated, I don't know how to pronounce it. Amalgamated Bank, San Francisco. I'll write this down. Bank of America, for example, we'll go right here. Go to new. We have their phone numbers and everything. So we'll call them, ask them which bureau they pull from, what kind of business credit cards or services they offer, and we'll write it down, see where we can plan that out. Bank of America, we have Bank of California, Bank of Guam, Bank of Marin, Bank of San Francisco, Bank of Orient, Beacon Business Bank, BMO Bank. There's a bunch of banks that you could choose from in your area. There's Chase. It just really depends on how you're going to plan it and what kind of products they offer. So just call them in. So after you do all that, it should look a little bit like this. All right, so we start we start with our good credit score, and we're gonna go through each bureau. Like I told you, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax. We'll apply for 3 to 5 banks. We have bank number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and just like in the above strategy, we'll write down the bank, call to see which bureau to pull from, put it on the list right here, and we'll go ahead and apply with these banks. And our last step is going to be called iterative refinement. This is going to be the ongoing process to adapt and improve your credit policies based on changing market conditions and regulatory demands. So, what does this mean? It means 2 years ago, some data points might work then, but in today's market age, it might not work at all. And my team and I, we keep updated with what's going on in today's credit market, so we do know what to put in today's credit applications. So, the most common thing I see is people like to skip the line. They don't want to build a relationship with the banks before they start applying. And whoop de doo, they're going to get a low limit. And on the applications, the most common mistakes I see is they don't use stated income and revenue. So I'm not telling you to lie on your applications or commit bank fraud. I'm telling you to research your industry, see what's the average that your industry makes, research. Let's say, for example, your industry it makes average of $5 million a year. So it's safe to say you could say your stated income is going to be an estimate of 500K this year. So the next thing is going to be job title. So I see a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, they like to put themselves as self-employed because they're very excited about, I own this business. It's very good. But if you do want the maximized amount of business funding and approvals, then you want to put yourself as employed by the company, not self-employed. So none of this, all everything we talked about, none of it matters unless we have a relationship banker by your side. So the relationship bankers, they're going to be the ones that are able to push your applications to a human underwriter. If you don't use a relationship banker, you're just going to be going online, typing some buttons on the application, hoping you get a higher limit, but it's just going to go to an algorithm that's going to sweep you to the side and give you a very low limit or approve you and deny you. So if you do need relationship bankers, stick with me to the end and I'll show you how to get them. This is exactly what took me from 0 to 400K in business funding for my businesses, without using my own funds, without proof of income and revenue, and without providing collateral. And if you still don't believe me, here's Leo. He had a $6,000 personal credit, and he still secured over 100K in funding with just 3 months of using my credit augmentation framework. And he ran a event planning business, so it was in a low risk industry already, and he wasn't able to secure business funding before prior to that. It was after he installed my credit augmentation framework in his life and his business that he was able to get that 100K he needed for his business. So now you can do a few things here. You could do nothing, but if you made it all this far, then you and I know that doing nothing will only keep you from where you are and also let your dreams die. And option two, you could get a hard money loan that'll charge you anywhere from 15 to 20%, or any other business or personal loans that will charge you a high, very high interest. Or option three, you could work with other funding companies. They'll charge you a percentage off your funding, which I think is super unethical because they would literally charge you an arm and a leg. If you would get like 150K in funding, man, they charge you 10%. That's already 15K off your funding. That's gonna kill you, man. So, or you can work with me where I help you secure 100K plus in the next 90 days. How it works is first, we're gonna create a custom game plan highlighting exactly what we're gonna do and how much funding we will achieve in our first funding round. And second, we'll get your profile optimized, the way your profile looks as attractive as possible to lenders. If you were to go out and have a credit repair company do this, they would charge you about $2,000. Third thing is we'll keep you accountable and handhold you through the entire process. We'll be there for you if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas you want to discuss. It may be business, credit, doesn't matter. We have a lot of experience in the field. Lastly, I'll be teaching you the exact formula that we just went through to secure business funding over and over again so you don't ever have to hire another funding company ever again. And if you don't secure 50K in funding, we'll give you your money back. Plus, we'll work with you for free until you do. Now, right now, I know you're ready to go and pull the trigger, but if you know me, I'm a man of over delivering. So if you're the first 10 people that do take me up on this offer, not only do you get your money back, actually, not only do you get the money back if no funding is secured offer, but I'm going to give you 3 investments that I've personally done with my funding to create passive income opportunities and income streams. Because if you get 0% funding but you don't have the investments to invest in it, then the 0% would be wasted. And you'll also get the step-by-step guide to remove your inquiries as well from your credit profile. So not only do you get my proprietary credit augmentation framework, you get one-on-one support, you get the exact formula for you to repeat the funding process over and over again so you don't ever have to hire another funding company ever again. You get the step-by-step guide to remove inquiries from your profile, and you get 3 investments that I personally done with my funding and the money back guaranteed. If you don't see results, I'll refund you your money back and work with you one-on-one until you personally get the funding. So all you need to do right now is go below on my description and book a call with myself or one of my team members, and we'll walk you through the whole entire process. We will make a custom game plan for you and talk about what the next step might be. So this is Cashflow Chess. Glad to see you guys. I'll see you in the next one.